After this, we'll show you my phone. You can see all your friends and rappers DMing me. They're nudes. So no, I don't have to do any work. So it's when I choose to have fun, they're available. But I don't out.
Hey Kanye, did she put her fingers up your No!
Kanye West is straight up fuming at Jeffree Star right now after rumors started flying that a certain private tape got leaked, allegedly featuring the two of them together. And let's just say, that's only the beginning of this wild ride. People have been whispering for a while now, but this just blew the lid off. Let's stop pretending like Kim Kardashian walked away from Ye just because he was acting unpredictable. She kept saying it was about protecting the kids, but let's be real, when you start looking deeper, the truth starts to spill. Word on the street is that Kanye didn't just ask for a three-way, and it wasn't with another woman. Yup, you heard it right. It's wild, right? But hold on, because it doesn't stop there. That might just be the surface. Things get way messier the more you dig. So get comfortable, because this story goes deep. Now, how did we even get to this point? It didn't come out of nowhere. This whole messy trail kicked off when Ye dropped a track called Cousin. And that's where jaws hit the floor.
You good? Last night I was just like not in like the best mood. I was just like tired. I got home and I was like, hey, and then I was like on my computer and then he was like, hey, babe, will you get off your computer? Like, I want to.
In the track, he admits clear as day that he slept with his actual cousin. And that same cousin, behind bars now. People didn't know whether to call it art or a straight-up confession. And let's be real, it's not about judging anyone exploring who they are behind closed doors. Everyone deserves that freedom. But Kanye? He's been hiding behind masks, throwing shade at queer artists, while low-key wrestling with his own truths. For real, it's giving major projection. So when Ye starts throwing shade, it hits different. Especially when he's out here tossing boulders from a glass mansion. That Cousin track? It wasn't just a song, it was a breadcrumb. And now we're following the trail into something way more explosive. Fast forward to this week and boom! The internet exploded.
Basically, they were yeah.
They was what?
They were each other.
Let's be conveniently gay. Like,
Jeffree Star hit Twitter like a wrecking ball, posting a wild tweet that basically said, okay, F it. The rumors are true. No names, no tags. But baby, we already knew who he meant. Let's not play dumb. The clues were all there and the internet didn't miss a beat. All signs pointed straight to one man, Kanye Omar West. Yup, Omar, in case you didn't know, now you do. Jeffree didn't have to spell it out, he talks in riddles, but when he does, the internet turns into full-blown detectives. But this drama ain't brand new. This tea's been steeping for years. Remember back in 2021, when influencer Ava Louise, yeah, that Ava, randomly dropped a bomb that Kanye had allegedly been creeping around with a super famous male beauty guru? She never said who, but people instantly started side-eyeing Jeffree. Why? The receipts, honey. At the time, Jeffree just happened to be in Wyoming, the same quiet little spot where Kanye was hiding out. Now, come on, what are the chances? Ain't nobody just vacationing in Wyoming for fun. That's not coincidence, that's a connection. Most people forgot, but let's rewind even more. Jeffree used to do music too. Yup, rap music. And in one of his old tracks called Be Pleased, he straight up said, "Nipple off Kanye West. No, I'm one of the bros." Like, what was that supposed to mean? It wasn't even slick. He said it out loud on wax. The line might have sounded wild back then, but now, with everything resurfacing, it hits way different.
Kind of like homophobic, because it's like I would like go back and like question myself, like, damn, why does everybody else walk like this and I walk like this?
Back when Jeffree dropped that wild bar, people brushed it off like it was just for shock value. But now, with that tweet making rounds again, that line is aging like fine wine, and it's starting to sound way more real. See, Jeffree's always been the master of slick hints and shady clues. Back in 2020, he tweeted, "If y'all only knew the truth about what they're doing to Britney and Kanye." Like, what? Who's they? And what exactly were they doing? That cryptic post hit different now. Let's zoom out though. Kanye's no stranger to messy love drama, but usually it's with women. So when Kim K filed for divorce, most folks thought it was all about his mental health struggles, or maybe that presidential campaign chaos. But maybe there was way more under the surface. Even when those Jeffree Star rumors popped off, people laughed it off at first. One person even posted, "I saw a TikTok joking about people who voted for Kanye crying now that Jeffree would be first lady. I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe." It was a whole internet moment. But now, with whispers of a DL tape and Jeffree tweeting the rumors are true, suddenly it doesn't seem so funny. It's starting to look like Kim might have been protecting Ye the whole time. Not cold, not heartless. Just done covering for him while the world called her cruel for leaving. What if she walked away with her head held high and his secrets locked up? Word on the street? Kanye is heated behind the scenes. Allegedly, he's scrambling, calling folks, yelling on the phone, and trying to get Jeffree's tweet wiped from the internet. Talking lawsuits, threats, the whole nine. Kanye, it kind of feels like you're exposing yourself at this point. And here's the real kicker. If all this is just fake news, why are you so pressed?
Yo, it's like, let's be gay for a little while now because this man's popping. So now let's talk about when I was gay at one time.
Most innocent folks don't spiral like that. Where's the lawsuit for defamation? Where's the solid proof to shut the rumors down? Because right now, it's giving full-blown damage control. Now rewind to 2022, Jeffree Star pulled up on Logan Paul's podcast, and of course, the Kanye rumors popped up. So what did Jeffree say? First, he dodged around it like usual, but then bam. Right after claiming it's not about Ye, he slips up and admits he's definitely been involved with rappers. Hello? If it ain't Kanye, then who? Don't tease, Jeffree, drop the names. We're not here for mystery clues. And just when you think he's done, Jeffree turns to Logan and says he's got receipts, like real evidence on his phone. He straight up said he could pull up pics of the rappers he's been with, and we're not talking about some basic flings. Nah, these are household names, major players, real deal moody men in music sliding into Jeffree's DMS like it's nothing. Thirsty, bold, zero shame. And Jeffree? Sitting on all the receipts like a vault full of secrets. Now here's the twist. This is where the dots start connecting right back to Kanye. All roads lead back to Ye. Now this is where things get way too specific to ignore. Word on the street is, again, allegedly, that one of those rappers Jeffree was talking about is none other than Ye himself.
Videos of rappers face me and all these things on my phone, yeah. So my OnlyFans account was ready. I'm not into that right now. And I don't think my career needs tape right now.
And here's where it gets even wilder. Sources say Kanye was out here sending Jeffree nudes before they ever even met in person. Like, what? At first, it sounds like some wild fan-made fantasy, but hold up. Kanye's got a track record and not the good kind? Let's not forget. There was a real case where his own assistant accused him of sliding into her DMs, dropping explicit pics, and saying crazy, inappropriate stuff. And that wasn't just gossip. That came straight from court documents. Legal files. The real deal. So is it really that hard to believe he might have done the same thing with Jeffree? Especially since Jeffree's been saying that rappers have been flooding his phone with messages, pics, and trying to link up behind the scenes. It's starting to look like a whole pattern, and not a cute one. It's giving secret behavior, it's giving exposed tendencies, and honestly, it's giving Jeffree might still be holding on to one of those pics as a little insurance policy. But let's rewind to the real bombshell, the threesome. Insiders say that during one of Kim and Kanye's final therapy sessions, Ye brought up trying something non-traditional. And no, not another woman. He allegedly floated the idea of a three-way with someone else entirely. And that's when Kim supposedly tapped out. Like, that was the final straw. She was done, just packed it up and walked away. Kim wasn't about to raise her kids in the middle of a media circus, and who could blame her? Things were already spiraling, and then boom, a deep cut clip started resurfacing online. We're talking old footage, super edited, slick like someone really didn't want it getting noticed. But you know the internet, she don't forget nothing. Fans started digging, and suddenly all eyes were back on this one episode of the show. And with all the new info we've got now, people are saying it totally looks like Kim walked in on something that wasn't meant to be seen. The second she opens that door, bam! The whole vibe shifts. Energy turns icy. Cameras cut. Real quick. But here's where it gets even messier. If you look real close in that scene, there's movement in the background. Someone slips out the room, but all you catch is a flash of an arm. That's it. Just enough to make fans lose their minds, and it wasn't giving random assistant. It wasn't giving Bella Thorne either. It was giving somebody else entirely. And the comments, whoo, people are going off.
Me, I thought, oh my God, that's when we're getting along the best. But then that is sad to me. And that's not what I.
One user wrote, Kim totally caught them on camera, and it was all in the edit. The proof is there. You just gotta know what to look for. Another chimed in, it couldn't be Jeffree. There were no tattoos on that arm. But honestly, this ain't even about Jeffree anymore. The real question is, what if this wasn't just a one-time slip-up? What if that moment on camera was just the tip of the iceberg? What if Kim actually caught Kanye slipping more than once? That would explain why she played it cool at first, then hit him with the divorce fast and silent. But now, things are getting real messy, because the internet's running wild with theories. Some folks are claiming the mystery person in that clip was Bella Thorne. Others are throwing out that Bella might be trans, which, for the record, has never been confirmed. But people keep using that to push this new narrative that Kanye was allegedly hooking up with trans women or femme-presenting men while still married to Kim. And let's be real clear, it's not about judging anyone in the LGBTQ+ fam. You love who you love. No shame in that. The problem? Sneaking, lying, and hiding whole pieces of your identity from the person you're married to. That's not just messy, it's betrayal. And now, just speaking real for a sec, Kanye's always had a thing about power and control. From the fashion world to his music rants, even that wild slavery was a choice moment, it's always been about dominance for him. So if he was exploring his fluidity behind the scenes, that clashes hard with the image he's been pushing for years, and that's probably why he's spiraling now. He's not mad because Jeffree lied. He's mad because someone finally said the quiet part out loud. Someone pulled back the curtain, and he wasn't ready. But hold up, let's flip it for a second.
Anyways. Oh boy, yeah. Don't give her one moment.
No.
But yeah, she made it up, and I guess it made sense. I live in Wyoming. I live in Hidden Hills. Okay, we both live in the same area. It's the way it was mapped out, I guess.
Could Jeffree just be trolling? Could this all be one big stunt to stay relevant now that the beauty YouTube scene is kind of dried up? Cause let's not act brand new. Jeffree lives for chaos. His whole persona is built on shock, villain energy, and stirring the pot. And when you really look at the timeline, every time he drops something messy, boom! There's a product launch, a new collab, a headline. So yeah, some things still ain't adding up. Like, for real, if Jeffree and Ye were sneaking around, how did they even pull it off without a single paparazzi snap? We're talking about 2